having elevated anxiety and stress right now is a completely normal reaction to an abnormal situation. So I find a lot of students are being really hard on themselves, like really beating themselves up over like, I'm not performing da da da. And again, it goes down to like, this is not a normal environment for us, right? There's been a lot of loss this year, right? A lot of grief. It's a bummer. And it's like, if we don't acknowledge that, um, that is going to weigh heavily on us. What we know from the research and from, looking at people who do well and that kind of stuff is people who do take breaks, who do take the time to take care of themselves and still do the things that they enjoy when they're a student. It actually contributes to do better in school because we're not robots, right? Like we need to eat, we need to sleep, we need to see our friends, we need to, find meaning and pleasure in our life outside of school. I think having less screen time or thinking of activities outside of your screen time would be super important, even if it's I connect with a friend over the phone rather than FaceTime, right? Because even like if we think about how exhausting it is, like you're looking at your screen all day, you're expected to have your camera on during your classes, or maybe you have your camera off, then you maybe have a Zoom call. That takes up a lot of our energy. So getting outside is a big one, right? I know it's cold. So dress appropriately. Maybe don't, go out for a super long time when it's minus 30, but there's actually a decent amount that you can do outside. If you have access or live in an area where you have access to a park. I haven't been to the Assiniboine Forest before this year. I've noticed it's been super busy with people. It's really beautiful. Putting on your music and taking a walk. There's the river trail by the Forks that is always bumping. So I know they're not doing skate rentals. So, that can be a barrier for folks, but you can walk as well. So they have a walking trail. Some tobogganing stuff is open. So anything physical where you are not staring at a screen. And even if you go by yourself and you're not interacting with other people, right? When we talk about loneliness, getting out, and even if it's an errand, right? So maybe you don't have time to go to the park. Maybe you don't, maybe in terms of like mobility or access, that's not manageable for you. So finding ways to connect with folks outside of through a screen is super important, even if that's just going down to your grocery store and, maybe you're not someone who usually talks to the clerk. Having those little conversations can be a huge boost because it's connecting us, right? We're so disconnected. It's okay if you're not doing well right now. That's a lot of people are not doing well. We're here to help and support you, but that also if you're not feeling your best, that's not because you're a failure or you're not, you just need to push through that. It's like it's okay to rest. A lot of us need that rest.